Hey everyone, I'm John Lynn, the founder and chief editor at Healthcare IT Today. We're excited to bring you another in our series of interviews with top leaders in health IT. And our guest today is Richard Eells. He's VP of Operations Administration at United Digestive. Welcome, Richard.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, excited for our discussion. Before we dive in, tell us a little bit about yourself and United Digestive.
Yeah, of course. United Digestive is a provider services organization that provides back-end office support to gastroenterologists throughout the Southeast United States. And we're rapidly expanding across the nation. And I've been with the organization 15 years and had just a really great time. Spent my first decade in IT and then the last 5 years in operations.
Interesting. I haven't seen many people do that bridge, so that's really interesting, and it seems like everyone's expanding. That's a feature of healthcare today. But it's interesting with your background and the experience over that time period. How has the patient expectation really changed in your practices?
Yeah, I think over the last 15 years, we've all experienced it with our own insurance plans, right? We're seeing a shift from really the cost of healthcare going from a copay that's pretty nominal, 15, 20 bucks, to now all of a sudden you're really having these high deductible plans where you're paying sometimes even four figures for a procedure. And with that, we're seeing patients really shift to a consumerism mindset where they're seeking out providers that can meet them where they are and provide technology and solutions that support their healthcare journey. So it's been a pretty rapid shift, I'd say, in the last 5 years as those payers have really adjusted the way they're handling plans. And human beings are doing what we do. We're converting over to consumer. I messed that up, so I'm gonna make you edit.
No worries.
Over the last 5 years, we've really seen a shift where patients are wanting to take charge of who they see, how their encounter goes, and then more importantly, how they're able to interact with your office. From everything from booking appointments to how they pay their bill and how they're reminded about their visit. Is it convenient and fast? And we're really happy to really be on the leading edge of making sure we're serving patients in the way that they want to be served, not only in our exam rooms, but across the healthcare service line.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all of us understand this kind of Uberization of everything and the convenience of everything, but I hadn't thought about it from the more consumer side, wanting to make sure our dollars are used. That's an interesting, combining those two is a real sea change that we've experienced. So I think that's interesting. We're here at the eClinicalWorks Enterprise Summit, and there's a lot of talk about Healow and what it can offer organizations. You're an avid user of this, right? Which really impacts the patient in pretty much every feature of it. Talk about your motivation to implement the solution.
Yeah, I think something we're really proud of is our organization over the last few months has launched a new unified website, which is really driving our patients towards our online scheduling. So we've seen a lot of new appointments come in that way. We're actually seeing a reduction in the number of calls coming into our centralized call center. So really some savings there on the sense that less hold times. We're able to serve the patients that still want to be served over the phone quicker. And at the same time, the patients that want to book an appointment at 2 a.m. on a Saturday, we're there and ready to serve them as well with the Healow products.
Well, it seems like the other problem is call center employees are hard to find. So if you can reduce that, it makes your life better too. Yeah,
it certainly, as we've all gone through this COVID world and now pre and post-pandemic, staffing call centers is challenging.
It's always been challenging.
And we're really on the leading edge of sending them all home and doing a fully remote call center. We're really proud of that. Our employees enjoy the way that they're able to work. So similar to how we serve our patients where they are, we try and have our employees able to help serve those patients where it's convenient for them as well.
Yeah, that makes sense for the call center staff, and it's awesome you're making that possible for them. How about some of the other features of Healow, like maybe mobile check-in or patient reminders? How has that gone?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're messaging all of our patients ahead of their visit multiple times, whether that's with phone calls or text messages or emails, really meeting those patients where they are and the way they want to be communicated with. One of the features we love about Healow is it really allows our patients, once they confirm the appointment, to have some of those reminders slow down. So the patients that are, have confirmed their appointment and don't want to keep being reminded are left alone in a sense. The patients that haven't been able to confirm those appointments yet continue to get reminders until they are able to. Then from that point, same day of the appointment, we offer a check-in link, which allows the patients to go in, sign their forms, pay any co-pays or back balances, Also fill out their medical history, which really takes the burden off of our front desk and intake process, which makes it smoother for the patient when they come in, that it's a faster time from the waiting room back to seeing the provider that they're there to see, to get the healthcare they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Have you had trouble where people don't want to fill in like the mobile check-in or things, or how do you address that?
Yeah, so as an organization, we've also used Healow for kiosks. Mm-hmm. So the patients that aren't able to check in remotely, whether they didn't want to do that or they lost track of time and didn't get to it, when they come in, we're able to offer them a kiosk experience where they're filling out the same information. One of the nice things they've done about Healow is if the patient begins on their mobile phone on that check-in process and then isn't able to complete it, when they get in, the kiosk picks up right where they left off. So it really is a nice, smooth transition for them, and then enables our teams to really serve the patient quickly.
Yeah, I love that. What else are you looking at? Is there something next on the horizon that you haven't implemented that you're like, oh, I want to try this out?
Yeah, we're excited to bring the chatbot to our website. So that'll allow our patients a lot of things they're calling in for today to our call center to do self-service online. Things like, when's my next appointment? Or I forgot my password or my username to the portal. It'll also direct them to the online self-scheduling options. So if they say, hey, I'd like to book an appointment, we're going to take them through that process. And Healow's done a really nice job of making that process conversational. So for the patient, it feels like they're just responding to a bunch of questions, but they're really booking an appointment for themselves in real time.
Interesting. Well, and it kind of goes back to the patient expectation. We're doing those chatbots on our banking and all sorts of solutions, so it's great that you're able to offer that.
Yeah, we're excited to bring it not only to our patients, but also to our back office so they can really focus on the things that are driving patient care, whether that's sending over a prescription or processing an incoming or outgoing referral, instead of answering the phone and saying, yeah, Ms. Jones, your next appointment is tomorrow. The patients are able to serve themselves on their website. So we're excited to bring chatbot to our patients.
Yeah, it's part of a theme I've seen in health IT in general where, even 3 years ago, many people were like, is this going to take my job? And now we've kind of changed the paradigm where it's like, can you please take all this mundane stuff? Because, I don't want to do it. First of all, it's mundane, which is what you kind of just described. And two, that like, hey, once I get rid of the mundane, you can't hire enough people and we need that to happen. Is that kind of what you've experienced with kind of some of these automations?
Yeah, I think a lot of people in healthcare got into healthcare to serve patients, right? They didn't get into healthcare to book an appointment or to ask the patient, do you need better driving directions? They got into healthcare because they wanted to make an impact on their community and people that are looking to improve their quality of life. So when we're able to take those mundane items off the patient or off our employees and team members and enable the patients to really have quality interactions with our team members, the focus is in the right area.
Yeah, and then it improves the employee satisfaction, which retains them, and it's a virtuous cycle, I think.
Yeah, I think it allows our team members to do what they got into healthcare for, which is to serve our patients, not the administrative burden that comes alongside that.
Awesome. Richard, I appreciate you taking time to talk with us and share these experiences with Healow, and I love your focus on the patient, so I really appreciate it. And thanks everyone for watching and listening. If you want to find more great healthcare IT content like this, be sure to check it out at healthcareittoday.com or search for Healthcare IT Today on your favorite podcasting application. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks for having me.